Hello, my name is SHAPELL DEPREE, author of 7 Felonies, One Woman's Journey of Poor Choices, Part 1. At moments, I thought that I was out of place as a teenager because neither of my parents was there for me. The people around me would ask me questions like, "Where's your mom?" or "Who do you live with?" It made me feel out of place amongst my peers. It always bothered me, but I wouldn't let it show. I covered my pain and suffering on the inside. I appeared happy because I would always be smiling and never told anyone. I had opened up to Brad. It wasn't enough to clear the pain I had been holding in my heart. I felt overwhelmed with my emotions and everyday life at this point. I thought that suicide was the best answer. I looked in the medicine cabinet one night and my mind reacted without a second thought. I grabbed different bottles of pills that were not even for me. I began taking one pill at a time that was prescribed for who knows what. At that very moment, I had no idea of the severity of my actions. I didn't think twice about hurting myself or the people in my life. This was my cry for help. I wasn't sure of the type of help needed. When someone overdoses, they don't realize that they don't die instantly. It's slow and agonizing. I lost count of the amount of pills that I had consumed. Afterwards, I called my boyfriend about my thoughtless decision. I wanted someone to know about my attempt. My Aunt Tama was in the other room the entire time and had no idea what was going on. Brad's mother worked at a hospital in Winston-Salem. He knew that she would give useful information because of her background in the medical field. She told him that he needed to get me to the hospital immediately. Brad relayed the message to me and told me that he was on his way. In the meantime, I'm at home feeling miserable with side effects like nausea and dizziness. Jeopardizing my life was one of the most irrational things that I could have chosen to do. I was in my bedroom waiting on my boyfriend, and I was getting sleepier and sleepier by the minute. His mother had already warned me not to fall asleep. Brad finally arrived at 8 p.m. and rushed me to the hospital. I told my aunt that I would be back. The staff immediately put me in a room in the emergency department under the circumstances. They were moving fast due to my life-threatening condition. I sat on the side of the hospital bed and was given a medical concoction as a remedy. I was instructed to drink the entire mixture and told this would make me vomit. Once the solution got into my system, I began to vomit profusely. I vomited until all of the pills were out of my system and off of my stomach. You can only imagine how good I felt after vomiting. It was 11:30 p.m. and I needed to call and let my Aunt Tama know of my stupidity. Now that I was going to be okay, she wanted to know if she needed to come to the hospital. I reassured her that she didn't. I told her that I was with Brad and he was about to bring me home. I also let her know that if it wasn't for Brad reacting in a timely manner, then who knows what the outcome would have been. When I got home, I rested. The next day, my Aunt Tama talked with me. I had to tell her the reason I made such a foolish decision. I told her that I missed my mother so much. I had let it get the best of me. I had love but didn't feel it. I told her life just seemed so unfair to me and that I felt like I was being punished. She consoled me by hugging and kissing me. She told me that she understood what I was going through, but if I ever felt that way again, to come and talk to her. She thanked Brad for getting me to the hospital and taking care of me. The rush to the hospital due to an overdose was enough. I didn't want to experience that ever again. I realized how much I wanted to live and how selfish my actions were.